South America has a significant amount of water with a very uneven distribution.
The world's population is increasing. Arable land is diminishing. Crop yields, water usage. These are questions not a single entity can solve them. It's really about compute and water consumption. Compute costs keep on coming down, but then usage is going further and further up.
AI is changing how we work and create, helping us solve complex problems. And AI is giving us a new view of our planet and ourselves.
We are directly enabling the AI revolution.
Machines have instructions. We have purpose. Machines have objectivity. We have passion.
The work we are dedicating our life to, it has to move the needle. My name is Jairo. I'm a computer engineer and an entrepreneur, CEO and co-founder of Kilimo. Kilimo is a software solution for farmers that can save water. Everything moves so fast, you have to be able to teach yourself. You need curiosity and a little bit of faith.
For a business that's never used AI before, what I would say is, firstly, get AI, even at a general productivity layer, rolled out to all of your workforce. Get them using it.
Giving your people the right level of upskilling to use it responsibly in an everyday world.
That workforce, they're actually going to be your ideas generators, your transformers. Barriers are getting reduced in terms of entry into some really complex areas. These nimble startups can go in and they can think about the problem in an entirely different way.
I prefer hard problems. The problem that we tackle is irrigation in agriculture. That was a problem that people have been trying to solve for a long, long time, and nobody managed to find a scalable solution.
Few industries are as vital to our existence as agriculture. It sits exactly at the cross-section of necessity, but also complexity. We need solutions to produce more with less.
In one avocado we eat, 160 liters of water were used, and it's a very, very inefficient process. For every 10 liters of water you irrigate, only 3 gets into the plant. So 30% efficiency. Human consumption and industries are, in total, 30% of the water we use. The other 70% is agriculture. And any small improvement you can do there produces a significant impact.
The predictive power of AI makes the supply chain ultimately not only more cost efficient, but also reduces waste.
We use AI in a way that creates something completely new. You have many data points of every farm, but the problem is that those data points come from different sources. Weather stations for 50 different providers with 50 different sensors with 50 different configurations. 200 satellites with a slightly different way of taking the data. So AI does an amazing way on mixing information.
You can only manage what you can measure, and we need to have more information. So no one of these techniques is perfect, but it's pretty remarkable how accurate they start to get when you combine many different independent techniques.
AI is going to change business significantly because it unlocks the potential of companies to actually look at value creation in a very different way.
What additional value can you now offer that you just couldn't do before because you were limited by what we could humanly do? All of those barriers are coming down.
You don't find two farmers that are alike. That's where we're testing and trying how we generate adaptive UIs. But creating all these different interfaces for each of them is not scalable unless you bring AI to the table.
What we hear a lot is the term keep the human in the loop. But I think it's the human in the center, keeping the technology in the loop, which is much more important than the other way around.
The AI is just a tool. We are a human company. Agriculture is this big thing that we all rely on. Agriculture is an industry with small margins, but significant revenue. So it's a big business. What farmers pay for the water bill is less than 1% of the total cost of the farm production system. So it's nothing. So being a tool that makes you more efficient in something that is free, that's why it was hard for us at the beginning to scale our product. And we have this sense of somebody else has to value the resource. Yeah? Who else values the fact that this farmer is saving water?
There are great ideas out there, but it's not scaling up because the business model that lets them thrive is missing.
How is it going to unlock some of the things that we've been trying to do in the past?
Experiment, embrace the fluidity and the speed at which AI is moving. What would the perfect service be? What would the perfect product be? That is from where you should now start working backwards.
Every question you ask to an LLM that goes through a data center that is using water to cool itself. A new data center for AI uses a significant amount of water. They have to do something to reduce that risk so we can be sure that those data centers are going to be able to operate in the future. We found that tech companies like Google, Microsoft, and Amazon were very willing to reward those farmers for the water they save. So we say, we're going to pay you X amount of money at the end of the season if you save this certain amount of water. Farmers went from being our customers to being the ones that we pay to. So we have an impact that is so clear, so easy to measure, so provable that the best companies in the world are paying us for that impact. Yeah? And we are sharing that value with our farmers.
AI somehow acts like a connective tissue between the different players of an ecosystem.
We understand that the specific thing we're doing is improving the situation in a meaningful way. We can change the overall water availability of the world. We're moving the needle, we're doing it in a scalable way, and we're doing it from the global south.
The winners going forward, they're not afraid to disrupt their current business model. In fact, they're embracing that disruption.
Right now, we are at ask anything. The next generation will be much more fluent in do anything.
This is the most profound breakthrough to technology since the genesis of software development itself. And when it gets better over time, it'll be like an all-knowing oracle that will help us solve grand scientific challenges.
It requires all of us to take thoughtful steps and develop technologies that always put humans in the center.
We are really lucky living in this time. We have the tools now at hand to solve a lot of the problems that the world is facing.